Good morning, fifth grade. Happy Monday. I wish that I could be seeing you in class right now and we could be learning about these adjectives together, but I hope that you really get a chance to have some fun with them. This is one of my favorite things to learn about. It's one of the ones that has the most creativity, the most opportunities for awesome ideas and for your own voice to be heard. So I can't wait to hear from you on Google Classroom about all the things you're learning about adjectives. We're going to start on page 132 in your blue book, so go ahead and open those up. You might already know a little bit about what an adjective is. So if you do, just give yourself that pat on the back, give yourself some snaps, and if as we're reading there's something you hear that you already recognize from your prior knowledge, just annotate with that check mark. An adjective is a word that describes a noun or a pronoun. An adjective can tell what kind or how many. For example, Anna collects unusual instruments. What kinds of instruments does she collect? Unusual ones. She has 12 instruments in her collection. How many does she have? 12. An adjective may come before the noun it describes or after a linking verb. So remember that we practiced linking verbs I'll erase you to try and find out which one was the linking verb section. It wasn't that one. I wonder if you're going to get there before I am. Here we go. Lesson 20 was linking verbs. Again, give yourself some snaps if you beat me to that lesson on linking verbs. So here's what that would look like. Handmade instruments fascinate me. So what kind of instruments are they? They're handmade. We see that the adjective comes right before the noun it modifies. They are unfamiliar to most people. So what are they? They're unfamiliar, and that's separated by that R. So we know that it's the instruments that are unfamiliar to most people described with that pronoun they. Let's move on to the next thing. Two or more adjectives before a noun are usually separated by a comma. A comma is not used when some of the adjectives tell how many. So we see in this first example two adjectives that tell us two different kinds of information. Panpipes have a soft, mellow sound. Two different words that describe what it sounds like. They're separated by that comma. They are made from many wooden tubes. No comma there because one of those words tells us how many. I wonder if you know which of those words it is. It's many. It's obvious because it's how many and then it's many. So that's how I knew that one. A proper adjective is an adjective formed from a proper noun. Let's see if you can beat me to the section about proper nouns. I'm getting closer. Are you going to beat me? Oh, there it is. Lesson 10. So we've got a review of linking verbs in lesson 20 and a review of proper nouns in lesson 10. So if you feel like you're getting stuck by some of that language, go back and look at your own work from those sections. Like a proper noun, a proper adjective begins with a capital letter. Often the spelling changes. So we see that the proper noun form is China, and then the proper adjective form becomes Chinese. Just like England becomes English, or American is from America. You see that happening in these examples. Panpipes are a South American instrument. So we've got that proper adjective following the linking verb. That tells us where they're from. That's what it's describing. She is playing a Spanish song. What kind of song? A Spanish song. We see that they've got those capital letters, and it tells us where the song is from. What you're going to do today is you're going to complete practice A and practice B, and you're going to underline the adjective or adjectives that describe the nouns in practice A, And then in practice B, you're going to take that to the next level by underlining not only the adjective, but also the noun. So looking at number 1 in practice A, the didgeridoo is an Australian instrument. So we know that the noun is in bold, it's instrument, and which of these words describe where that instrument is from? The didgeridoo is an Australian instrument. We know that. What kind of instrument is it? It's an Australian one. You can underline Australian. It is made from a long, hollow branch. What kind of branch is it made from? A long and hollow branch. Remember that comma separates two adjectives that describe the same word, and both of those should be underlined. Go ahead and use that practice. Use your prior knowledge and the examples on page 132 to help you out. When you get to page 133 and you're looking at practice B, remember that you need to find the adjective and the noun itself. So in practice A, you get the noun given to you. Use that practice to build yourself up to B, where you need to identify which noun it is. Remember that the adjective is usually found near the noun, either right next to it or just separated by that short linking verb. So shoot me a message on Google Classroom or Jupyter if you have any questions. I hope that you have some fun with these adjectives and learning about all different kinds of instruments from around the world, and I'll see you tomorrow for the answers.